Hello and welcome dearest, I'm Grandma Mimsy, and I'm still naked. Still haven't figured out what I want to do. This is the third video in the series of unboxing and using the current month for the Maniology monthly subscription box. This is for the full box for May of 2025. The theme or name is Tutti Frutti. The plates are MxM 151 and 152. The polishes that came in the box were B549 Apple Crisp and B550 Lemon Zest. And here are the shades of those polished colors. This is what they look like independently on a nail tip. This is what they look like stamped over each other. And I have recently shared this in a previous video, so I'm just recapping in case you haven't seen that one. These are the images of what they look like. Both the shades over a light color, both the shades over a dark color, and then compared to artichoke, I believe it was. The plate MxM 151 to avoid the glare that I did the stamping, and this is what the images look like. Again, really quick. This one has a lot of layering on it, so I did the shades that I was using. I did some test shades to see which ones would be a better visual on the layering of them. So basically you're taking the different images such as this. So this is the blank space, the negative, and this is your base color, and then this is the outline, which is the second color you're using over the top. So you get the details on that. And these are the layering ones that are on that plate that I did previously share. This is the MxM 152, also with the layering so that you can see this image. I did have some difficulties. This one is a very thin and fine one, so be careful with the shades that you're picking and go slow, because it will have its moments. So in the monthly box you get a information card that is the theme of it, the colors of it show you what, as a preview, excuse me, what is sort of in the box. It gives you a clue for where for what the items are. Sorry, words are hard. And then at this point on the back side, it gives you more detailed information. There's also a second card that shows you the and if you get the express kit is just the plates and the gift, and this month's gift is a lovely strawberry card holder, and I did talk more about that in the previous videos. This card would be different because it doesn't include the information about the polish, just the plates and the gift. But you do get a second card that is an inspiration card that shows you ways that you can create something, and I did kind of try to work on that with some options here that I will share. So this is just the white, and I used the mod blue that came in the previous month's box to do the outline and the images from the edges, just to have the base color. I did do that was basically the foundation. So I'm kind of showing you this in the different orders. I also did the plaid as this one. So if you're just looking for something simple that you do want to do a very quick and fast using something on this plate, then what I would recommend is taking, there it is, taking whichever one of these that you enjoy or prefer. Take these or these, and you're just going to just do that. If you're going to use these ones, you can basically cut it in half. So do your stamp and then take your tape or whatever it is that you're going to use, and you're going to isolate one half of that, and then or stamp, turn the image. So here, I'll demonstrate really quick. And this, these plates are very fine and delicate, so take your time and move slowly on your stamping and scraping process. You want to make sure that you get all the polish into the places it needs to go, and how you scrape might matter. So if you're having difficulties with picking up and getting the full stamp, then try going in an opposite direction to get the full image that you're looking for. So basically you're going to, this would be the up position. It's not able to pick up. So basically you're talking where the top is of things. You're going to turn your plate so that you have the outer edge, if you so desire to turn it. If not, turn your nail. But either way, you want to get the image. That didn't pop down very well. See, when things happen, it shows you how to solve. Here's a quick save. So I did this a little while ago. It did not, does not have any stickiness to it because it has somewhat hardened. So we'll let that sit for a minute, and we will redo our pickup. So it's take a moment and assess what it is that you need to solve. The Zen of stamping. So I was swirling that around because there was a lot on the stem and I didn't want it to drip, and then I was removing, going along the edge of the inner bottle to remove the excess polish that I wasn't going to need. And then use a finger, your ring finger or your pinky, whichever works for you. Line this up so that you are right at your edge, and then stamp down. And then you can turn this over and put the other side back to back And again, line this up and put this down. And then because there's the part at the top that didn't, you're just going to turn that and line it up so that you're using all of the pieces that you picked up in your stamping the parts that are still there on your stamper. You can put those in to include in places, and you're just turning it to find where there's an empty space that you can include that in. Now that's still a little bare. If you don't like it, you can go back through and use a different image and continue to fill it. If that's exactly what you want, it's kind of a barely there, minimalistic version of things. If you like that, then there's an option and you can go. You have artwork on your nails, and if you don't get it exactly lined up perfectly right, that's kind of for those who are beginners, or if you have manual dexterity issues. Doing something like this is very simple, and yet you still have art on your nails that you did, and it doesn't have to be all that elaborate. It can just be very, very simplistic to make the process a lot easier. And then, like I said, sometimes having naked nails is not I'm not going anywhere, but if I was going out in public, I would not want to have plain nails. That's just me and my thoughts on the process. I need to drink something. I need more water because, you know, it's summertime. Hydrate. H2O. Having your water is very, very important. Now that we're going into the pre-summer area of things, drink your water. So now I've cleaned off the plate. I showed you how you can do a really quick design. I like how this one came out with using the 152 plate and the it's like a trellis kind of thing. I really do like, even though it's very tiny on the this one right here, it's very tiny, but I like the way that comes out. And that's another one you're gonna have to take your time and be very patient with, because it's very delicate, so getting that to line up. But I'm gonna need to use some different colors so that you can see the contrast of that. The other options that I did a stamp, and I was trying to put my images down, and this is what I was saying on this one. I was having a bit of a moment of a difficulty. It was taking me a little bit of time to get it to line up right, and it wasn't cooperating. And one of my stamps I wanted to use for something else, and well, it didn't come out the way I want, so I'm just going to keep playing with that to add something more. I'm thinking something, you know, pink that would be very bright to pull up into that. I have a couple more that I've painted so that I can do more artwork on that. These ones I'm trying to figure out the background that I want to do, because again, I'm still going to do more designs with these, as far as being able to play around and figure out options that are possible. And I was using so there's a B535, B477, B476, and B475. So that was the special effects ones that are these shades, and then the blue. And these three you can get in a set. So it's seaweed, fish scales, and I want to say that one's sandbar. I really like these ones a lot. These ones I've used these ones way more than I have a lot of any other plates. And so I'm trying to figure out on these ones what background I like to include in some of the other things. The other image on this one is the strawberries, and you have the two different sizes, so in case you have a larger or smaller nail. And to be honest, this one takes up my whole nail. I did do that one really quickly on the middle finger, and it literally took up like 3/4. There was only like a tiny amount at the top that wasn't, and I think you'll see it in one of my other videos. But it's just, it's kind of mind-blowing how tiny my nails are with some of these images. So I did B553, B450, and this one is B223. So there's Hail Santa, Wolfish, and ultraviolet. And the ultraviolet, you can tell, is really, really purple. Get it to focus. Is really, really purple. So if you're kind of going more for a blackberry version of things, then and that's an option. And then there is B223. So this one is the B223 is Wolfish, and it's more of a purple pink, so that could be like a raspberry type situation. And then this one is Hail Santa, so that's where you're gonna get your red for the strawberry. There it goes to focus in. And then on the inspiration card, and this one did take me about a minute or 2 or 20. It was a lot. It was a lot more. Was trying to figure out. And again, I'm still going to be working on more of these because somebody did ask at one point for me to recreate and try how to do these each month. So I did redo this one in the middle here. It was not something that is going to be fast and easy, because number one, it was not easy. And I'm just going to say, for me, trying to figure out what image that one was, it took me a minute to kind of go, all right, where do I, because it's not actually saying on the step 3 is on the same nail plate, pick up the lemon accent design shown with black stamping polish and your stamper with a detail nail brush, apple crisp, lemon zest, and white stamping polish. Carefully paint select parts of the image using the reverse stamping method. Okay, I've never really thought to do these before because I personally wasn't interested. I don't mean that to be harsh or mean. It was just, okay, that's a design that somebody else did. Why do I want to copycat that? But that's just me. I wanted to do my own original designs. But for those of you that do want to do these designs, sometimes the instructions on how to do them, so I get why people are going, yeah, can you recreate that? Because it's show me how. But I get that. And so the people that do these, they put a lot of time and effort and artwork into it. It's just that in the instructions, we need more details, please. You know, it's kind of, what image is it? So it's the bottom row, the one on the far end. Things like that would be helpful, or if they could put like a small picture someplace that has a circle around it so you can see what image it is that you're supposed to be doing. And then, you know, trying to get that's a tiny little image. That is tiny, tiny, tiny. But looking at it compared to this is blown up. So it looks a lot bigger. Either that or they used it on way bigger nails. And it just seems, it seems like their image is larger than mine is. And I'm kind of going, all right, what am I doing wrong? Because I feel like I'm missing something. But there you go. So yeah, trying to go back through and figure out how to do these. These all are reverse stamping, and that's going to take a lot of time to go through the process of doing each and every one of those things. These are tiny. It's going to need to pull out your magnifying lenses to work on this. And again, you're going to need to take your time because it's, and the other thing I recommend is that if you're going to do any kind of an image on this, for these things, take the images that you've got, let the image dry for just a minute. Give it, you know, a good 30 seconds to let it actually find its set. And then use the smudge free over the top of that so that you have the lines on this are not going to smudge or move as you're trying to apply your reverse colors. So in the reverse stamping, now you can go back through and you have less chance of pulling those delicate lines or messing up your shades or having it bleed into something. Then you can kind of go through, and like I said, the reverse stamping is you're going to put something down, you're going to turn over, make sure you got it right, because you can't see the parts that you're doing. I don't know, maybe unless you have a mirror that you want to put underneath, if that would work for you. I don't know, but that's something I'm going to try testing out. I'm going to get out the magnifying mirror so that I can see underneath it, because at this point, using these plates and doing the artwork on this is going to take a bit of a hot minute. So yeah, it might be a couple days before I come back to this, because it's kind of one of those things I need to think about what it is that I'm going to do. And the same thing with the strawberry. As I was saying, these are meant to be French tips, so that you don't have the bottom of the strawberry, so that you can put it, and here's the visualization of that. So it's toward the end, it's more of a French tip style. And I want to kind of elaborate on that, because again, if you're looking just for fast and quick, that's a really cute idea, where you could put down any base color that would coordinate as far as your preference or what you have access to. And then just really quick, the only problem with this is that you're gonna have to, and again, another recommendation, have multiple stamps of this so that you can have them stamped out. You stamp, or clean, stamp, and go, clean, stamp, and go. And so basically you have all of them. If you can have 10 for all of your fingers, or the ones that you want to do, then there you go. If you only have 2 or 3 of them, then, you know, work as you can. But this way you can go through and you can paint your base color and allow that to dry. And if you need to use a top coat between the layers, then you have time to do that. Then you can take your cotton grabber or some type of holder to clean off your plate, so you're not messing up your base polish. You can then go through and do each one individually if you need to, but if you can just clean and stamp and clean and stamp, and then you have them all ready to go. Yes, these are going to dry out, but you can, like I said, come back and put your top coat over that to keep the lines from smudging. And then when you're all done and you're ready to apply everything, you use your sticky base coat. You use a sticky base coat, you polish one nail and give it a few seconds, polish the second nail, and then you can stamp, polish the third nail and stamp the second nail, polish the fourth nail and stamp the third one. So you're kind of giving it a few minutes between each one. But you're doing one and then you move to the next. You're doing one. So it's more of like an assembly line, but you have a break between them. So that as you go, because if you polish all 5 of them, then by the time you get done to the 5th nail, that sticky is going to be dry. And you're going to have to redo it again. So like I said, give it a minute. You need to let it, you know, sit for probably 10 or 15 seconds. And that sounds like a really short time, but pull out the timer on your phone and sit there and watch 15 seconds countdown. It really does feel like a long time, even though it's a millisecond in the grand scheme of things. So I hope this is some inspiration that helps you in using these plates if you have received yours already, or if you are awaiting yours to come, some ideas that you can look into before you get your plate. You can scope out your colors, or figure out some designs by, you know, looking at the images that are available on the website, or by Maniology or me or other people, because there's a lot of us out there with different ideas and things, and maybe you can one parts of one video can help you in one part, and the other parts of others' videos can help you in something else, and you can combine all of that and get something that will make you really happy to wear on your nails. So please be kind. I know the world is going through a lot of things right now, and not a lot of people are happy. So the world needs way more love and kindness and understanding with each other, empathy. I know that's hard for some people to believe or feel that you should be empathetic to other people, and I understand, but that's why I have empathy for you. Do not let those who are part of the Misery Loves Company Club recruit you, and they're always recruiting. Even me, I'm an ex-member or a recovering member, and I do my best to not look for misery and find company. I'm looking for others who are of like mind, who want to enjoy happiness and joy and all the great things we have going on out there. But every now and then I have my moments where, I have my days that bad things happen, and you kind of end up in old habits, and you go, wait a minute, what am I doing? So yeah, don't even let me ruin your bad mood. And if I'm in a bad mood, then remind me not to be in that bad mood. So I appreciate and love each and every one of you. I absolutely adore all of you who come and help me along my journey, who are following me on my weekly live videos that I am doing to help fill the space for all of us who are missing the Tuesday lives that Maniology is not doing, because they have a job to do. They have their actual job that they're needing to take care of, and doing the Tuesday live, there's a lot of work in creativity and preparation for that, and so I don't hold any animosity to them. We just kind of miss the camaraderie and the group of everything going along. So I'm trying to do my part and have a live for everybody every week, so that we can at least still get together once a week, as we normally have been doing and planning for the last several years. So if Maniology is not live, I will go live on that Tuesday. And if Maniology is live, then I will have my Thursday live. But either way, I will always have my Thursday live will be my live, and the Tuesday live I will do live if Maniology is not, so that we can get together and talk about the different things, because we need to talk about all the stuff. We need to be able to forge through all the nail stuff that is happening. And sometimes when there's bad things going on, it's not a matter of sticking your head in the sand and ignoring it, but sometimes you need a reprieve and you need a break, be able to come through and do something that is happy and goodness. And that's kind of where I'm, it's just that reprieve moment. Not that we're avoiding things or ignoring things, we're just taking some self-care time, because I am 100% about the mental health and the self-care of trying to uplift us out of something that is kind of dark. So what else did I want to add? As I'm trying to end, I know that there was something else I wanted to share, but it escapes me at the moment. So you all have a wonderful day. Oh, the shout outs. There's a list of people who have been super kind, and I'm going to start making a list to address the names of the channels and the people who have been there supporting me, who are tagging me in things of either just saying hi or of various things. So I'll be keeping track and sharing those people who are being super kind and that I appreciate. And just for the sake of things, if there's something that you don't want me to say out loud in video on the live, or to tag you back in any of my videos that is an honorable mention, then please let me know to not share that, and I will respect your privacy. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you soon. Bye.